Is it just me, or does it feel like Halloween has come early this year? Each and every moon boy dressed up in the astronaut costume, just ready to go to the moon. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. Today we're going to discuss the Bitcoin price and this possible bull flag. There's just two outcomes here for me, ladies and gentlemen, that we are ready to see this thing break out and potentially start the new bull market, or this could be one of the most gigantic bull traps we've seen in a very long time. I want to observe this from both a micro perspective, this move in this area right here, and then from a macro perspective, taking the longer term trend into consideration. But of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice. This is not trading advice. I am not your financial advisor. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and these are only my own speculative opinions. With that being said, let's begin right here on the one-day time frame for Bitcoin. So clearly, as I just pointed out, this very much so looks like a potential ascending triangle pattern formation. Ascending triangles are inherently bullish per classical technical analysis theory. And what you're looking for is a series of upward sloping lows, right? Creating an upward sloping support line. And then you're looking for a break upon the flat line of resistance along the top, right? So right now, Bitcoin has tested up here twice. We have formed somewhat of a double top, but the bullish caveat here is that upon this last dump, it has, at least for the time being and at the time of recording, held as support on a higher low trajectory. So right now, looking at this from a zoomed out perspective here, I have this red line drawn, which if you are subscribed here, you would know. I've been pointing out the significance of this for me. If we go to the weekly time frame here and we look at this from a zoomed out perspective again, you guys can see that these candle body closes have all been in confluence right around this range. And actually last week's candle body close was right there as well. So for me, if Bitcoin can manage to get above this region now and start to close candle bodies up inside this region, that's just something that we haven't seen happen since the blow off top back in the 2017 bull market. So that would be a major structural change for me if we are beginning to see weekly candle bodies close up in this area, as it's just something we haven't been able to do in about 3 years' time. Let's get this crypto. If you are enjoying thus far, my friends, don't forget to leave a thumbs up for the video. Thank you very much. Now, if we go back to the daily here, what I want to observe now are the indicators on the daily time frame. So clearly we are in what could possibly be a bull flag, an ascending triangle, right? You guys see this. And wait, just before we move on to the indicators, we will take our measured move here, right? From the bottom of the breakout to the top of the pennant. And we will put the flagpole upon the line of resistance for the breakout. This would give us a measured move up at about 15,000, right? And hypothetically, if that were to occur that way, this would create a new macro higher high for the first time in a very, very long time, my friends. I mean, we haven't had a new macro higher high since the 20,000 blow off top, right? Back here in the bull market, you see high, 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 all the way up. It was new higher highs over and over and over again. And now in this bear market, we have just seen lower high after lower high. And if now we can break this structure and put in the new higher high, wow, my friends, this seriously looks like it could have some longer term bullish potential, in my opinion. Let's get this crypto. So I just wanted to point that out there, from a pattern perspective. Now let's go into the indicators. Here's where things get a little iffy, right? Because right now, believe it or not, we do have a bearish divergence on the RSI, right? Ascending highs here in the price action, descending highs here on the RSI, okay? So we do have a classic bearish divergence there. That's not exactly what I want to see up at this resistance range, which we've already formed a double top. So keep your eyes on this support line, keep your eyes on the higher low trajectory, and just watch out for that, okay? Moving along here. We also have a bearish divergence on the daily MACD histogram. Again, not what I wanted to see there. So we do have a double bearish divergence there on the one-day time frame. Keep that on your radar. Also here, On the DPO, my friends, which is one of my favorite macro indicators to look at, it takes the price action out of it and it just looks for similarities in market cycles. These can be micro cycles as well. It doesn't have to be longer term, right? It can be short-term cycles. And this red box here has just had so much confluence over the years, my friends. And every time, well, maybe not every time, but many times that Bitcoin has gone into this box here, we have seen some type of short-term or long-term market cycle top come in before somewhat of a dump or a relief in the overall trend. Right now, this is a little concerning for me, being that we are at this line in the sand here. We have yet to create a macro higher high, right? We still are on that lower high macro trajectory, the 3-year trajectory at this point. And right now, we have seen the DPO go up into this box, and we are seeing somewhat of a decline, possibly looking to drop out of this box right here, right now. And if that is in fact the case, it doesn't have to be the end of the world, right? If this fails here and we see the DPO drop, does not have to be the end of the world. It's just stating that, hey, maybe we could see a drop down to a healthy level. Let's draw a line here, a level somewhere like this, where we've seen the bottoms come in, right? And if we are to see the DPO drop here and put in a possible short-term market cycle bottom somewhere in this range, right? Or even if it's that heinous in this range, and then we look to start this all over again, my friends, this could be possible longer-term bullish creation here for the long-term uptrend. I don't think that this has to be that catastrophic if Bitcoin is to take a dump here. Now, actually, since I've pointed out the double bearish divergence and the DPO warning signs there, let's just actually take our Fibonacci retracement tool from this micro bottom to the micro swing high here. And I just want to point out, my friends, that we do have the honey hole of Don Fibonacci right here between the 0.5 and the 0.618 fib retracements. 0.5 is at about 10,500. The 0.618 is around 10,170. So if we were to drop into here, which again, per classical technical analysis theory, would be a normal, potentially healthy retracement if the bulls can maintain buy pressure there, just look where this support would potentially come in. Ding, ding, ding. Chicken wings for dinner. Tofu if you're vegan. It would be old resistance, potentially now becoming new support in the middle of the honey hole between the 0.5 and the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement. Let's get this crypto. My friends, if you haven't already, a thumbs up by now would really be appreciated. And hey, if you haven't figured it out by now, this is the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you're ever going to find. So hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, select all, and let's get this crypto. Welcome to the channel. So now I've pointed these things out here, and now we have to discuss the longer term trend. Okay. So let's get right into that. All right. But just to put it on your radar again, that if we are to drop from here, right? Because I certainly see the validity that we could break out. It's just that the double bearish divergence, the DPO, etc., is a little concerning for me, right? So we have to, at least in my opinion, keep an open mind to the possibility of a drop. And just in case you guys don't know, I have already closed out my long position. I was in an absolutely spectacular trade. Shout out to my VIPs. You guys know I entered a long position around 9,525, and I did wind up closing the remainder of my position for an absolutely juicy profit, my friends. You guys can see all of my VIP alerts right there. I keep you updated around the clock, 24/7 in VIP with all of my exact entries, exits, targets, positions, strategies, you name it. I post it there for you in VIP. If you'd like to see how I'm setting up my next trades right now for this next potential move, whether it's up or down, my friends, I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. So with that being said, now let's take a look at some longer term indicators here, okay? And again, pulling back into this zone for me does not have to be the end of the world. And if these indicators I'm about to show you now remain in bullish confluence here, I think this could very much so be a healthy retracement area to potentially form a base before the new bull market. I mean, if this is lost here, if this level is lost, and then we see the indicators I'm about to show you start to turn to the downside, well, things could get very, very ugly at that point, and I will possibly be looking for more short positions or to load up some longer term bags. We'll discuss, but yes, I'll keep you updated in VIP with every single trade and strategy that I'm formulating. Let's get this crypto. So let's take a look here now, my friends. We'll first look at this one here. Okay, this is called the KST. It is called the no sure thing. Now let's go to the weekly time frame here. I just want to point out that we did have our bullish cross right here. Back in May, we have come back above the zero line. We've only done this a handful of times, my friends. Let's actually use this ellipse here just to show you guys what's gone on here. In terms of, when we've seen these crosses in the past, it has led to some pretty spectacular results. We saw it go from below the zero to above the zero on a bullish cross, and that started all the way down here at the end of the last bear market. We'll actually zoom in on this just so you get an idea. All right, this basically occurred right there, the bottom of the last bear market, kicked off the bull. And this last one here, right over here, was at the end of that bear market from 20,000 in the bottoming range, kicked off the bull all the way up to 14K. And right now, this looks very similar to me. Of course, past performance does not indicate future results, but that is looking very nice and very potentially bullish, my friends. And even when we look at this from not crossing the zero line, just other bullish crosses. I mean, we saw a bullish cross right there. I mean, it was before that spectacular run. Bullish cross right there. I mean, this was an absolutely savage bull market. We've seen this many times, my friends. Even right here, we had a cross before the largest parabolic run in Bitcoin history. So right now, I definitely like what I'm seeing here from a longer term perspective on the KST. And I hope that you understand how I'm mixing this all together now, right? On the micro, there are definitely some warning signs that this bull flag does not have to break out to the upside right away, that we could see a dump. We could break out, but we could see a dump. And I'm just stating that right now, if these longer term indicators don't really change and we still see this type of trajectory, I think there's definitely positive sentiment for this to still be bullish, even if a dump comes in. Let's get this crypto. Now let's take a look here at the EFI. Okay, this is called the Elders Force Index. Now, I want to look back in time here just so you understand. I have this set on 100. I believe the default setting is 13. I like to keep mine on 100 for the weekly perspective. Now, in a healthy uptrend, basically what you want to see here is this stay above the zero line. We could see in bear markets, we've generally crossed below the zero to the downside, and all of the action has taken place below the zero line. Let's just go to the most recent bear markets we've had here for Bitcoin, right? You guys can see here, blow off top at 20,000. And from this point forward, really our double top at around 11,250, this indicator here, the EFI, remained in bearish control below the zero line the whole way, right? So then we basically had our cross up close to our blow off top at 14,000, but we've never really sustained the action above there, right? It's dipped below, and then a crash below. And right now we are back above it. But I just want to show you that in a bull market, something like what we saw happen, before 2017, we saw it creep out of that range, and then it maintained itself above the zero line without ever going back below it. Sure, it did retest it several times, but it never dropped back below or sustained below. And we saw an incremental rise here leading to our blow off top. So for me, this indicator is showing the health and momentum of a specific trend. And right now, although we're not seeing much sustained action above here, I like that, in confluence with a bunch of the other indicators and sentiment that we've discussed here today, that getting back above this zero line is at least at a bare minimum what I would want to see from this indicator moving forward for a potential bullish perspective. Let's get this crypto. So uh, I like that there. I don't want to see it drop below zero. So even if we are to get a dump, if this can stay above zero, I still think it has the potential to be healthy long term. Let's get this crypto. If you appreciate that one, my friends, a thumbs up and a comment goes a long, long way. Just say thanks or anything. I enjoyed the indicators, anything, my friends. It helps the algorithm. Thank you. I appreciate it. And now here's another one of my favorites. This is the alligator, okay? And the alligator here, what you're looking for are essentially crosses, twists, right? Where the green goes above the red and the blue, and then you're looking for widening bands in the price action to stay above them. Or in a bearish sense, like this, a cross below, price action below it, and widening bands down. It's a momentum indicator, right? So we have had several false signals inside this range here on the weekly time frame as of late. Just lots of twisting and turning in here, not much sustainable action. But as you could see, especially like this one right here, we did have the traditional cross, the green above the red and the blue, but we crossed with the price action moving downward. That's not really a confirmed signal in my to my understanding, right? I really like to see it cross with sustained upside action. And right now, that does appear to be what we have, in my opinion, right? That we did have the cross. We didn't get the cross with any type of negative momentum here. The momentum was still positive and consolidating. We got the cross, and now the price action has been up and away since that cross. That is what I would like to see, okay? It looks very similar to what happened right here, right? Big move up. We get the cross right there coming out of a consolidation, and that led us all the way up to 14,000, right? So we have our cross here, consolidation, and now we have seen further moves to the upside. Just to put it on your radar of times in the past that this has occurred, we could see that down here, it happened all the way back in 2012. I mean, I think it's pretty clear to see what happened there. Went into a parabolic bull market, then back at the grueling bottom of this multi-year bear market here as well, my friends, we could see that it crossed and it ended the bear market to push us into the most bullish market in Bitcoin history. Let's get this crypto. So this is just another sign that, hey, if the alligator still is continuing to widen and we still see the price action really never fall below, the bands here. So if we were to fall back into this range here and we just don't see a cross on this indicator down and we bounce out of here, my friends, to me, that still looks potentially healthy for the long-term trend. So right now, I'm liking what I'm seeing from a macro perspective, and from a micro perspective, I do think that there's just the possibility for a dump here. And if there isn't, well, my friends, this could get very, very bullish indeed. As I'm stating, watch out for that level around 12,100. I really would like to see the weekly time frame line chart here close above this red line and put us into a territory which we haven't seen since 2017. Let's get this crypto. So right now you need to prepare for both directions, that breakout or the breakdown, okay? If you put all of your eggs in one basket, chances are that you are going to take that trip to Rec City with Average Joe and James at the water cooler. You need to have a plan for both directions, right? So right now, personally, I'm preparing for both directions, preparing to strike like a cobra out of the grass and get this crypto whichever way this breaks. So if you'd like to see how I'm personally strategizing and how I'm going to be playing this potential breakout here, I will be posting all of my exact entry points, exact potential exit points, exact potential take profit points, all of my strategies, etc., all exclusively for you in VIP. Today is the day, my friends. It's time to transform yourself from Average Joe into Savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. If you've been waiting to join VIP or you've been a viewer for a very long time and you're not, my friends, things are beginning to heat up in this market in a very big way. And I'm telling you, today is the day. I am getting ready to get very, very aggressive in this market. I see big things are potentially on the horizon here. things are getting exciting and the Don is preparing to strike and get this crypto. So if you're not already in my VIP, well, today is the day. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. Don't get caught like a deer in the headlights here. Don't take that trip to Rec City with Average Joe and James at the water cooler. You're better than that. You deserve better than that. Okay? Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from Average Joe into Savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I'll see you in VIP right now, my friends. And until next time, if you could just leave a thumbs up again, I appreciate it. A comment, say anything. You know the drill by now. And of course, if you haven't already, welcome to the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you're ever going to find. Hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all. Welcome to the channel. Share this video in your chats. Share this video on your socials. I think this is a very important analysis for Bitcoin traders and hodlers alike to see. And until next time, my friends, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.